Okay. Good morning and welcome to the 2025 Virtual University and Degree Information Fair here at Seneca Polytechnic. All week, this event will be showcasing a variety of Seneca's partners, as well as a variety of diploma to degree pathways that are available for Seneca graduates. My name is Jennifer Kloosterman, and I am one of the academic pathways coordinators here at Seneca. We are happy to have this morning Jack and Roger from Ontario Tech University to share with us some of the different highlights of Ontario Tech, as well as some of the pathways that may be available. We're going to have a short presentation, and then at the end, we will have some time for questions. There is a chat. So if you have any questions that you want us to address near the end, you can post those into the chat, and then we'll go from there. So I will pass it over to my colleagues.
Awesome. So welcome everyone to the Ontario Tech transferring to Ontario Tech from College University. Again, just to introduce myself a little bit, my name is Jack, and I will be presenting to you about ways that you can transfer into some of our programs and some of the support that can help you along the way. So just to begin, we do love to read our land acknowledgements here. So Ontario Tech University acknowledges the lands and people of the Mississaugas of Scugog Islands First Nations. We are thankful to be welcome on these lands in friendship. The lands we are situated on are covered under the Williams Treaties and are the traditional territory of the Mississaugas, a branch of the Greater Anishinaabe Nation, including Algonquin, Ojibwe, Ottawa, and Potawatomi. These lands remain home to a number of Indigenous nations and people. So just today, a little itinerary of what we're going to be going through. We'll be covering all about our degree programs, some of the experiential learning opportunities that you will get, the application process, tuition fees, our city, campus, and residents, and supporting your transition throughout the whole process of transferring here to Ontario Tech University. So just to begin, we have a lot of areas of studies that we will be covering. So business, computers and technology, education, engineering, environment, sustainability, health sciences, and social science and humanities. Just to kick it off, we do talk about kind of like the transfer pathways that are eligible for college graduates like yourselves. So first thing we talk about is Bridge. Now, a Bridge is a prescribed set of our kind of courses that lead to qualification for an entry into your upper year of a degree program. So we'll have Bridge courses that you will require to take to enter into whichever program that you are transferring into. The next thing we have is Advanced Entry. So any successful applicant that receives a predetermined number of transfer credits for their diploma, they will receive an immediate entry into one of our upper year degree programs. So September start dates. The only exception that we do have is our educational studies, which is the advanced entry program. The next one we do have is a collaborative bridge. So usually students benefit from working based on partnerships that we do have between our university and another post-secondary institution. So for our example, we have collaborative post-RPN bridge program, which is offered in partnership with Durham College. So if you are from Durham College, you will have that collaborative bridge option for post-RPN. So the first off, we start with business programs. We have a commerce bridge and an advanced entry. As you can see, we have all our start dates, the program load if you want to take it full-time or part-time, the length, the amount of transfer credits, and delivery method that are all on the screen right here for our business programs. So commerce bridge and commerce advanced entry. Our next set of programs that we do have under computers and technology would result in networking and information technology security. So the advanced entry program, and then computer science advanced entry as well. Our third program we have is education, so facilitating adult learning with technology. Again, this is our education programs, educational studies advanced entry as well. With all our start dates, we do have specializations for educational studies. So as you can see, there are a bunch of specializations that we do have under here which is adult learning, digital technologies, early childhood, equity, diversity, inclusion, and special education. For engineering, we only have one engineering bridge, which is the manufacturing engineering. This program is only eligible for graduates from Durham College that will be considered for admissions. Then we have health sciences, so allied health science bridge, and also nursing post-RPN bridge. For our kinesiology programs, we have three. So starting off, we have the advanced entry, which is the fitness and health promotion. We also have the advanced entry, the OTA and PTA. We also have the advanced entry into massage as well. And then for our medical laboratory science bridge, we also have that. With this one, we only accept students or graduates from Durham College and Fleming College, which will be considered for admissions. For our science programs, we have the biological sciences advanced entry, and that's the only selection that we do have for our sciences. And then for social science and humanities, we have three. So communications, digital media advanced entry, criminology, and forensic psychology. Oh, and then we have a little more over here. So legal studies, psychology, and political science as well. And then we also have something which we call gas transfers, which are kind of like liberal arts transfers from Durham College. So if you're in any of these programs in Durham College, communications and digital media, forensic psychology, and criminology and justice, there's something called a gas transfer. And then also it covers with legal studies, psychology, and political sciences. So moving on to experiential learning opportunities that you can get receiving from any of these programs. As you can see, we kind of have a chart laid out here that can reflect on some of the experiences and processes of learning that you can have in your program. So whether you go into business, education, engineering, any of these faculties, we kind of have a checkbox for each experiential learning, such as like capstone, clinical, co-op, internships, or placements. So ways that you can build your resume in your program. These are super beneficial just because I like to say it's a step in the foot in the door to get that experience and build your resume throughout your educational journey, right? So supporting your transition to university, um, it's a really big thing, especially when you're entering university from college. It could also be super different. We have a bunch of different ways that we can support your transition. So one thing I do like to mention is academic advisors is like the first step that I would recommend if you need help with anything in terms of changing programs or even changing courses, just because they help you lay out that program map that you need throughout to graduate. So it's super important to kind of check out with them if you do need to change any courses or any program related questions. We will touch on kind of like how to apply and all the important deadlines. So as you can see right here, January 31st is the application deadline for our early application program. So this includes like that nursing post RPN. February 7th is the document submission deadline for any of the early application programs. So if you need to submit any outstanding documents or anything, February 7th will be the deadline to submit that. March 28th is the application and document for all programs other than the early application programs. So if you're applying to anything within like health sciences, any of those early application programs, they will all be due March 28th. June 2nd is applying to residence. So to guarantee your spot in residence, you have to apply before June 2nd to guarantee your spot. And then July 11th will be the document deadline for applicants with any conditional offers. So if you do receive a conditional offer, make sure that you submit any outstanding documents that are required of you on your applicant portal. Lastly, August 8th, again, this would be for any of those students that have applied for the March 28th deadline. Our outstanding documents will be due August 8th there if you have a conditional offer. So investing in yourself. So this is kind of like a breakdown and how much first year will cost, or I guess into your third year, if you do enter university here. So we just kind of have a breakdown of the charts for each of the programs. As you can see for like health sciences, so 5,983. For instance, if you do an advanced entry and you enter into your third year, you'll be paying that for your third and fourth year. And then it goes down the list here. So nursing, computer sciences, commerce, engineering, it ranges from 5 to 10,000. So it's just important to kind of break this down, lay out your tuition, see how much you're spending, and then you can kind of get a breakdown and sort of invest and fund how you want to fund your tuition. So we do have kind of financial support that we do offer on campus because tuition can be pricey. So again, we have in-course scholarships for students. So if you achieve a 3.7 to 3.9 GPA for your first and second semester, you will receive $1,000 off at the end of the year. And if you receive anything higher, so 4.0 or higher GPA, it's $1,500 off your tuition. So it can definitely help a lot. We also have bursaries and awards. So usually these are awards given to those in financial need. So usually you can just apply through My Ontario Tech, which is the website, and they range from about $250 to $5,000. So look out for those bursaries and awards. We do have a student awards and financial team that can help you out with any of those related questions. And then we also have on-campus work. So usually students can apply for something called University Works program, which we do offer work hours of up to 12 hours a week. These are usually flexible with, especially because you're a student here, so we understand that you need to study, balance out your schedule. So if you can apply to some of those on-campus jobs, these University Works programs, I highly recommend that just to help fund your tuition as you go. So at Ontario Tech, we'd like to talk about connections that you'll make that will last a lifetime. Personally, for me, my experiences here as a student, I graduated 2 years ago from the Criminology and Justice program. I had the opportunity to connect with a lot of people within my faculty just from joining clubs and societies. So, I highly recommend, stepping foot out there. If you're going into criminology, for instance, you want to join the Faculty of Social Science Humanities Club, do that, right? That's the best way to make those connections with people in your faculty. And it's definitely a great way to meet friends along the way, right? I've graduated now, but I still keep in touch with a lot of the people that I've made connections with. So it's definitely a nice, close-knit community, and I'm sure that you can find a lot of friends as continue your studies throughout Ontario Tech University. So we are located in Oshawa. So there's a lot of different things you can find to do in Oshawa, and I'm going to touch base on kind of like, those friends that you made along the way, right? I'm going to recommend some places, for example, like Oshawa Center Mall. We have that close to our campus, which is about a 15-minute bus ride. We do have the bus ride or UPass, Durham UPass, that is included in your tuition. So you can get to the mall whenever. You just scan, tap on, and then you can hop on the bus. We also have a bunch of parks and everything. So if you like that nature, those hikes, we have that offered here at Oshawa as well. Usually I say like you can find anything fun if you have the right group of people with you. So try to make those friends, right? See what you can do in Oshawa. There's probably a ton of things that you can do that I haven't done. So there's a lot of different ways you can kind of get connected. We're also like 45 minutes from Toronto. So if you ever want to go to the city, there's also that option right there. So it's super close. Everything's super convenient and close by. So just a touch of residence, your home away from home. Again, just to emphasize that it is guaranteed for all first-year students who apply before Monday, June 2nd. So our first residence option that we do have is the South Village option. So if you're looking at, looking for meal plans with residence, it'll be $8,500 plus the meal plan would be about $6,000 to $7,000 on top of that. You're looking at 2 separate bedrooms and you share 1 bath with a roommate. If you don't want the meal plan and you just want the separate bedroom, we have the North Hall Simcoe Village, which is about $8,950. So again, same layout as the South Village, except you're not paying for a meal plan, so you have sort of that kitchenette in your room. Lastly, we have the Central Hall and South Hall, which is the Simcoe Village. So this is not 2 separate bedrooms. So it's kind of like that hotel style, where it's like an open concept room, but it's at the price point of $6,950 there. So again, this is kind of our story with Ontario Tech University, and now it's your turn to make that story yours. So if you have any questions and you want to connect with us, feel free to scan this QR code right here. There are multiple ways that you can connect, whether that's chatting with us on live chat, booking a meeting with us, or even viewing some of our webinars that we have posted on our website. Again, you can also book a campus virtual tour, or you can come on campus for an in-person tour. We'll have tour guides out there, and we'll even have recruiters that kind of give you that tour along the way and give you information, some tips and tricks as we give you that tour. But again, I'll leave the chat open for any questions. But if you don't have any questions, connect with us here, right? Scan this QR code, and you can always find ways to reach out to us.
Thanks so much, Jack.
No problem.
So yeah, a lot of great ways that students can connect with you guys at Ontario Tech. It's all posted on the screen there, and as well as if anyone has any questions, now is your time. Just pop those into the chat, the meeting chat, and we can get to some of those. The first question I'm seeing is, does Ontario Tech have options for online or part-time learning?
Yeah, so with the online programs, we do, from what I remember on our website, we have one fully online, which is the Allied Health Science Bridge. If you're looking at any of the other programs, we don't offer sort of like that online component just because there's a lot of in-person, so like labs, tutorial options that we do have that students need to be mandatory on campus. If you're looking for part-time options, we have that as well. So if you don't want to do a full-time course load, that's no problem. You can take part-time courses, so that's like 2 to 3 courses. Usually I say talk to your academic advisor, which I did mention during the presentation, because they will help you transition to that part-time course load.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So Jack, I think we can, if you could, we can see your screen. Like,
Right.
yeah. So maybe you might just want to
Oh,
close that.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Perfect.
there we go.
Awesome. Is it possible with a 3.7 GPA in creative advertising to go into the final year of digital media studies at Ontario Tech?
Yeah, so just depending where you're coming from in terms of the 3.7 GPA, we do run on a 4.3 scale. So I just have you convert that to whichever percent. Usually entering into our communications and digital media studies, we require about a low to mid 70s for that entry. So that is about a 3.0 GPA. Again, we're on a 4.3 scale, so it could vary depending on which institution you are from. So 3.0 GPA for us is a 70%. So just check with your institution to see if you're eligible for that application. But you wouldn't be entering into your final year. So if you do advanced entry into communications and digital media, you'll be entering into your third year and then you complete your fourth year.
So two years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Ontario Tech offer engineering programs after I get my advanced diploma in computer engineering technology with transfer credits?
Yeah, so we only have one of the transfer credit or transfers for our engineering program, which is only eligible for Durham College applicants, so the manufacturing engineering bridge. Unfortunately, you'd have to start or apply from your first year for engineering if you'd want to get into one of our engineering programs.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And yeah, I think so a 3.7 at Seneca is quite high, so that would definitely
Yeah.
be
Yeah, I
above the
would,
minimum for
yeah, I would
Ontario
say you have
Tech.
no issues with that. So yeah.
So we'll just give it a couple more minutes and see if any other questions come through. Um, see here.
Oh,
Um, is our English language test required for admission?
yeah, so in terms of that, usually we require students to have 3 years minimum in a formal English like delivered teaching method. So if your exams are done in English and your mode of instruction is done in English, um, that's 3 years minimum. That's if you don't have that, then you do require an English language test. But if you've done that already, you've passed that requirement, then you wouldn't need to submit any English literacy tests. Yeah,
All right. So I'm not seeing any further questions coming through. So I think we
hmm
can end that session there.
Awesome. Yeah.
I just wanted to let students know that if they do want to reach out and connect for more specific details, all of the Ontario Tech details are on the screen there. You can send a text or get in touch with them. There's some other events happening as well that would probably be beneficial. And for students of Seneca here, you can always reach out to our team in the Academic Pathways office and book an appointment. We do advising throughout the week, so we can definitely meet with you or email us. And if we don't have the answers, we'll definitely connect you with the right resources. So yeah, with that, I think we'll end our session today. Thank you so much to Roger and Jack for taking the time to be with us today. And I hope everyone has a great day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining the presentation. I'll stop sharing my screen here, but I'll actually leave it up until everyone is out of the room, and then just in case there's any last minute people that want to connect.
Perfect. All right. Have a great day, everybody.